Good morning. Uh, Today I will discuss about field balancing, and I will discuss how to make balancing by 4-run method. So let us start. Let us discuss what is balancing. Unbalanced means there is more weight on one side of the rotor. For simplicity, I will discuss about static balancing. Static balancing happens when the thickness of rotor is very small, or it is a disc with more weight on one side, like this. Its thickness is very small, so if I will move it, this mark will come down. For example, I go here, again this mark will come down here. I go here, again this mark will come here. All the time this mark is coming here. Why this mark is coming here? When I go move it here, this mark will come here. I move it here, again this mark will come here. Because this side is more heavy. This side is more heavy. So when there is one spot which is more heavy, then it creates unbalance. And when there is an unbalance, then when the rotor is running, there will be centrifugal force acting on the rotor, and the bearings will be under friction. The force will be pulling the rotor, and bearing will have a friction, and they can be damaged. The rotor or anything which is rotating, it can touch the cover because it is vibrating, it is moving, and it can be damaged. There will be more sound, and there will be more consumption of energy. So all these things we don't want. We want less consumption of energy. We want machine to run for a long time. We want that machine should be running smoothly without making noise or sound. So all these things are unwanted, and we want the machine to be balanced. We have to keep some limit. If that limit is crossed, then we have to make the machine balanced. When the disc thickness is small, then unbalance is called static unbalance. Static unbalance you can balance by a rough method like this here. When I move it, the heavy weight will come down, and I can fix the weight on the opposite side. This is the opposite side. So and also unbalance is the most frequent problem on the plant. The most frequent problem on the plant is misalignment, which is about 70% on the plant. And after that, there is unbalance, which is about 10 to 30%. So it is very important that we take care of misalignment. All machines should be aligned well. There should be good alignment of all machines, and also the machine should not be unbalanced. That will make our plant run very smoothly. Okay, so now I will teach you one procedure for balancing. You can balance the machine by removing the machine and taking it to the shop. This is called shop balancing. Now what I am going to teach is called field balancing. In field balancing, you don't remove the machine, you just go to the machine and balance there. The method which I will teach you is called 4-run balancing method. It's called 4-run balancing method. 4-run balancing method. Why it is called 4-run balancing method? Because you have to run the machine about 4 times to make it balance. Now in this balancing procedure, first you should make sure that the machine is really unbalanced. So how we can make sure that the machine is unbalanced? We have to take help from our vibration analyzer. This is a vibration analyzer, and this is a machine here. This is a sensor here, and it is fixed here. And we can note down, we can find out the frequency and the amplitude at that frequency. We also know the RPM of this machine. The RPM of this machine is 1753. Now, as you know that frequency and RPM help us to find out what is the problem in the machine. Is it misalignment, or is it unbalanced, or is it something loose, or is it something rubbing? So all these things we can find out by means of spectrum. And what is spectrum? Spectrum is a graph between frequency and amplitude. This amplitude for balancing we will take either displacement or either velocity. So this side is amplitude and this side is frequency. RPM is 1753. In case of unbalance, the frequency of vibration will be equal to RPM. So we should know the RPM of the machine, and we write like this: 1 multiply. This means that the RPM of the machine is equal to frequency, or frequency is equal to 1 time RPM. So frequency 1 time RPM indicates that the machine is unbalanced, and the amplitude at this frequency, the frequency is same 1753 cycle per minute. This frequency tells us that the problem is unbalanced. So we will find out what is the amplitude at this frequency. For example, in this case, the amplitude is 5 microns at 1753 cycle per minute, which is frequency. So amplitude is telling me the effect of unbalance. Now if after I make a balance, this amplitude will go down. So that will tell me that I have done the balancing. So we will be seeing the amplitude. What is the amplitude before and what is the amplitude after I balance? So after balancing, if the amplitude has gone down, it means that the balancing has been done. Now this is a vibration analyzer here. This is a weight machine here, and this is the machine. This is the machine which I am going to balance. This is a sensor, accelerometer, and this is epoxy. This is the weight which I will add or remove. This is epoxy. This will be used for training. But in the real situation, in the real machine, when we will be working, either we will add the weight or we will remove the weight. We can add the weight by welding or by nut and bolt. So there are different methods of adding weight. We can also remove the weight for balancing. We can do it by grinding or by drilling. Now for balancing, what we will do is that first we will take the original reading. Original reading means when you go to the machine and you find out is it really unbalanced, and you see the frequency equal to RPM of the machine, and you know that it is unbalanced, then you will note down the amplitude at that frequency. That amplitude is telling you the effect of unbalance. Now in order to make balancing, you will fix some weight anywhere you like. That is called trial weight. Why you are fixing trial weight? You fix trial weight just to change the reading. Okay, and you will note down the reading, then you will shift this trial weight to opposite side, and again you will note down the reading. So from these readings you can find out the correction angle and correction weight, because we need two things now for balancing. One is correction weight and correction angle. I need correction weight, how much weight I need for balancing, and what is the angle where I should fix it. So, but it is very important that when you are fixing the trial weight, the reading should change at least 30%. For example, if the reading is, now as you see here, that the original reading here is 37.2 microns. When I start, you will see. So the reading should change, at least it should become 50 or it should become 30. There should be some change in the reading, because if the reading is not changed, then I cannot make good calculation for balancing. Good calculation means finding the correction weight and correction angle. For finding the trial weight, you can use a formula, and in that formula you will use how much is the speed of the machine and what is the weight of the machine. From that formula you can find out how much trial weight you should add. It is important to know what is the trial weight you are going to use, because if it is more, then it will create too much vibration and the machine will be damaged. If the trial weight is very small, then there will be no change in the reading. As I told you, there should be 30% change in the reading. So by the formula we can find out the trial weight, but I am not going to discuss the formula later on. So we will now start doing balancing now. Okay, I will start the machine. I know the RPM of this machine. So I will start the machine and I will note down the reading. So this is the sensor here, this is the vibration analyzer, and this is the weight machine. So okay, I have selected displacement as my amplitude, as the amplitude for the vibration, and I have selected the system metric. So I will get reading in microns. Now my reading is coming. I have already written these all readings, which I did this experiment before. This is procedure before, and I have written all these readings. Now I am making this video for explanation. So the reading, so repeating it, so again the reading is same, it is 37.2 microns. So I am getting the reading 37.2 microns at the frequency 1753, and RPM is 1753 and frequency is 1753 coming, and at this frequency the amplitude is 37.2 microns. So it is telling me that the problem is unbalanced, Why it is telling me that the problem is unbalanced? Because RPM and frequency are same. And this amplitude 37.2 microns is telling me the effect of unbalance. So what I will do now, I will do the procedure to reduce this amplitude. If this amplitude will come down, it means that I have done the balancing. Okay, now I will stop this machine. So the trial weight which I calculated from the formula is 6.73 gram. So this is the weight machine. Okay, so see, this is 6.73 grams, and I will fix it on any position I like it. Okay, I select this position and I will name it as number 1 position. This is number 1 position, and I will fix this trial weight here. Okay. This is the trial weight which I have fixed it. This is position number 1. Remember, now in the starting I have fixed this trial weight here, and it is 6.73 grams. I have put it here. I have noted down this trial weight. Trial weight is 6.73 grams, and the position is number 1. This I have put it here. Now I will start the machine, and I will note down the now I will note down the reading. The reading is coming 53.7 microns, and this reading will be called T1. T1 is the reading which is coming after I fix the trial weight. So I will stop this machine because this machine is moving. You can see it is moving due to more unbalance. So I have noted down T1 is equal to 53.7 microns. So T1 is equal to 53.7 micron. I got this reading after fixing the trial weight at position number 1. Okay, so you can see here. This is the position number 1. So I got this T1 reading after fixing it on any position which I named here number 1. So I will remove this weight and I will fix it on the opposite side, on the opposite side. And I will call this position number 2. I will call this position number 2. Now I will run this machine again and I will note down the reading again. Okay, the new reading now is 58.9 microns. So I will stop the machine. So the new reading, which is called T2, is 58.9, and this reading I got after shifting the trial weight on the opposite side. It means 180 degree. I moved the trial weight which was fixed on position number 1 and I shifted it to position number 2 at and that is called T2 position, and the reading will be also T2, and this is 58.9 microns. Okay, so this was the position number 2. Before I have fixed the trial weight at position number 1. I took the reading and that was called T1. Then I removed this weight and fixed it on position number 2. Exactly 180 degree. Exactly 180 degree opposite. And the reading which I got from here is called T2. And T2 is 58.9 microns. Okay, so these are all the readings which I have to take to find out the correction weight and correction angle. Now what will I do? Okay, what we will do now, let me tell you now. First I will remove this one from here, so you can see the black board. You can see the board. I remove this one. I will remove this one, put it downside. Okay, so that you can see now clearly on here. Okay, what I will do now is that I will make a vector diagram and I will find out TV. TV is the trial vector, and I will find the correction angle from the vector diagram. So this is the vector diagram. I will make this vector diagram and I will get TV, which is trial vector, and I will also find out correction angle. TV is the trial vector which I will use in this formula for finding the correction weight. Correction weight is equal to original into trial weight over divided by TV. So I need trial vector. I know the value of O. I need the value of trial weight. Now, if I want to make a sketch from this, I want to use this compass. If this reading is 3 mm, I cannot draw it because 3 mm is too small for it. If I want to make 1000 mm, I cannot draw it from this one, because that will be too big for this. So I have to find some reasonable reading, some normal reading. I will change it into the value I will use some scale so I can draw here. Now in the paper, you will use this paper and you will use this compass and this one to find out the angle. So you cannot make this, draw the arc if it is 2 mm or 3 mm or if it is 200 mm, because you cannot make 200 mm arc from this. So it should be between 20 to 120. So we will use a scale so that we can make a sketch. You remember that when you are using the drawing, you are using the scale. For example, if there is a building and you want to make a sketch of the building, it is not possible to make on small paper. So you will use a scale. So in the same way, we will use the scale here also, and we will get the answer. Now in this case, we need this reading O, T1 and T2. So we will use a scale of 6. We will multiply all these readings by 6. So after multiplying by 6, we get original is equal to 223.2 millimeter and T1 is equal to 322.2 millimeter and T2 is equal to 353.4 millimeter. Okay. So only these 3 readings we will multiply by 6. We will not multiply trial weight by 6. Remember, only original T1 and T2. After this, we will take this protractor, okay, and we will take the size 223 millimeter. Okay, so this is 223 millimeter, and we will make a straight line like this, and we will make a mark here, this one. So we will fix this one here, and we will make a mark, we will cut here. So this is 200, this is how much? Original is 223. So this will be, this I will make a mark here. So this will be 223. Then I will come here, and again I will make a mark here. So it means from here to here it is 223, and from here to here it is 223 millimeter. So from here to here 223 millimeter, and from here to here it is 223 millimeter. So this is the first step when I am making a vector diagram. After this, I will find what is T1. T1 is 322. T1 is 322. So I will (322). So T1 is 320, 322, and T1 we are using a scale of 6. So T1 is 53.7. We multiply it by 6, and we got 322.2. So I will put it here. I will fix this here, and I will make a arc here. Okay. So I will make a arc here. Okay. So this is step number 2. Okay. Now, what is T? How much is T2? T2 is equal to 58.9 microns. I multiplied it by 6, and I got 353.4. So I will now take the size 353.4. So this is 353. So I will make it, put it here, and I will make a arc here. I will make a arc here. Okay. So now these both arc are touching, are intersecting each other at this point. This is called point of intersection Q. This point is called Q, and this is point of intersection. And this point is P. Okay. So I will take the size from here to here. So how much is it is? I will find out. Okay, so this one is from here to here. PQ is 245. 245. So from here to here is 245, and this is called TV, and this is called TV over trial vector. Over trial vector. So TV is our trial vector, and that is 245. I will now extend this line. I will extend this line from here. So now I will take the angle. The angle I will take from this line to this line, and this will be called correction angle. This will be called from here to here. So I will take the angle starting from here. Okay. This is 0 degree. I will take the angle from here to here, up to here, and this is 85 degree. So angle from here to here is correction angle, and that is 85 degree. So now I got the correction angle. Correction angle is 85 degree. Okay, and correction angle is 85 degree, and I need now correction weight. For correction weight, the formula is this one. Correction weight is equal to original into trial weight divided by trial vector. So I have this trial vector also. This is 245. So I will use this formula and I can find out what is the correction weight. O is the original reading, 223.2. TW is the trial weight. Trial weight is 6.73 grams, and TB is the trial vector, that is 245. The answer is 6.13 gram. So now I have got the correction angle also and correction weight also. I will fix the weight, correction weight at 85 degree, and I will get the balancing done. Okay. So now I will fix the trial weight at 85 degree angle, and after that I will take the reading. Okay. So let me put this back here. Okay. Okay, so what I will do is that I will remove this trial weight and the correction weight, which is 6.13 gram, I will fix it at 85 degree. So let me find out. Okay, so now this is 6.13 gram, and I will fix it at 85 degree. This angle I will take it from number 1 position, and this was my number 1 position. This was where I fixed the trial weight first time. So I will take the angle from here. Okay, I will start from here, and I will take the angle from here and 85 degree. So I will fix it here. Okay. And remember, I have removed the trial weight. The trial weight should be removed. So this angle I will take from number 1 position. This one. This is 85 degree. Okay. So this is 85 degree, and the correction weight is 6.13 gram. And the angle I have taken 85 degree from number 1 position. This was number 1 position where I fixed the trial weight first time. Okay. Now I don't know that I should take the angle on this side or on this side. I could, because this method is not telling me the direction. So in case I take the direction on this side, this is counterclockwise. Clock is rotating like this. So I took the angle opposite to it. So it is called counterclockwise. And if the vibration now go down, this direction is okay. If the vibration increased, then I will remove this weight and I will take the angle 85 degree from this line and it will come here. So let me check first. If the vibration reading has gone down, then it means I have done the balancing. No need to change the direction. So I will start the machine. Now I have started the machine, and I will take the reading. The reading is 0.6, about 0.6 microns, about 0.6 microns. And before, the reading was, how much the reading was before? Before the reading was 37.2 microns, 37.2 microns. And after balancing, the reading is coming 0.6 microns. You can see it here. So there is a lot of difference, there is a big difference between my original reading and the reading after balancing, which is 0.6 microns. So it means that I have done the balancing efficiently. The reading has come down and it is a good success and first time. But suppose the reading is, this reading is not very good and I want more balancing to be done, then I will repeat it second time. I will not remove this weight, but I will continue for the second time to make the reading still better. So this is how, my friends, we do balancing. This method is called 4-run balancing, and it is field balancing. It is called field balancing. Okay, so that was all about field balancing and 4-run balancing method. So as I have told you that first we should make sure that the problem is unbalanced. And how to make sure that the problem is unbalanced? We should take the spectrum and we should note down the vibration frequency. If we are getting the vibration frequency equal to RPM of the machine, it means that the problem is unbalanced. We will also note down the amplitude at this frequency, 1 time RPM. The amplitude at this frequency, 1 time RPM, is telling us the effect of unbalance. If the unbalance is more, this reading will be more. In our case, our original reading was 37.2 microns. So 37.2 microns is telling me how much is the effect of unbalance. 37.2 microns. So after this, I will start the balancing procedure. This procedure is called 4-run balancing method. For this, first thing is that I will fix some weight somewhere wherever I like, but it is important that the reading should change by 30%, which means that if this reading is 37.2 microns, the new reading should be about 50 or 25. It should change, either more or less, but there should be at least some change, at least 30% change, so that I can have a good calculation for finding the correction weight and correction angle. Because I need two things, correction weight and correction angle. Correction weight and correction angle I need for balancing. So I will fix the trial weight, and I must fix the trial weight as per formula. There is a formula. In that formula, you put the value of the this rotor weight and the speed of the machine, and from that formula you can find out the trial weight. It is important that you fix the correct trial weight, because if the trial weight is more, then it will create too much vibration and the machine can be damaged. and if the trial weight is too small, then there will be no change in the reading. And as I have told you that there should be 30% change in the reading. Now, what I will do is that I will fix the trial weight. For example, this is the trial weight is 6.73 grams. I will make a mark here, any position I like. This is number 1, and I fix the trial weight here. This position is number 1 position. I will take the reading, and this reading will be called T1. As I have written here, T1 is equal to 53.7 microns. After this, I will remove this weight and I will fix it on the opposite side. And this position is called number 2, 180 degree opposite. And again I will take the reading, and this reading will be called T2. So I will note down the reading T2, which is here 58.9 microns. Now I will make a vector diagram. When I make a vector diagram, I will get TV. TV is called trial vector. I will get the trial vector, and from the trial vector I can find the correction weight, which is required for balancing, because 2 things are required. One is correction weight and the other is correction angle. So I will make a vector diagram, and from the vector diagram I will get this trial vector, and I will get the correction angle. So how I will draw it? First I will make a straight line. I will make a straight line here. Okay. I will repeat it again. How I make this vector diagram, so that you know about it. I will repeat it. Okay. How I make a vector diagram. Okay. I will make a line here. This is a line here. Okay. I make a cut here, just a mark here, and I will take original, which is 223.2 millimeter. The original reading was 37.2 microns, but it is too small to draw from it. I have to use scale. I told you why we use scale, because if something is very big, same as in the drawing, you use a scale, so that you can make a sketch. If you are making a sketch of a building, you cannot make it on the paper, so you use a sketch. So in the same way, we will use a scale. We are using the scale of 6. We are using the scale of 6. Scale is 6. Okay. So after multiply by 6, it becomes 223. So I will just, this is 223. So I will put it here, and I will make a cut here. Then I will make a cut on the downside. You can see here. After this, I will take the measurement for T1. T1 is 322. So this is 322. So I will, from here, I will make a arc here. Okay. So this is 300. T1 is 322. After this, T2, this was T1. This was T1, 322. Now I will take T2. T2 is 353. So 353. Okay. So I will put it here and I will make a cut here. Now this is the point of intersection. This is the point of intersection, and I will say this is Q. This is Q. And this point is P. So I will join this point. Okay. So I will join this point, and I will also extend this line. Okay. And I will then measure how much is this from here to here. So this one is 245. So this one is 245 millimeter. Okay, and as you know, from here to here it is 223.2 millimeter. And again from here to here is 223.2 millimeter, and this is original. This is original. And this arc from here to here is 322 millimeter. From here to here this arc is 322.2 millimeter, and from here to here I make this arc, that is 353.4 millimeter. They are cutting here. I join this point with this point, and this is 245 millimeter, and this is called TV. TV is equal to 245 millimeter. TV means trial vector. Trial vector. Then I will measure the angle from here to here. I will start from here. This is 0 degree. From 0 degree, I will measure this angle. So this is coming about from here to here. So this angle is coming 85 degree. This is the correction angle. This is the correction angle. TV I got, and that is 245 millimeter. So I will use the formula. Correction weight is equal to original into trial weight over TV. I know the value of TV, I know the value of original, I know the value of trial weight, so I can find the correction weight, which is 6.13 gram. I know the correction angle, so I can fix the correction weight 6.13 gram at 85 degree, and 85 degree angle I will take from T1 position at any direction I like. If the vibration go down, it is okay, otherwise I will take this angle on the opposite side. So this is how balancing is done, and this method is called 4-run balancing method. This method is called 4-run balancing method, and this is your sensor, accelerometer. You fix it here, you get the reading. This is your vibration analyzer. From the vibration analyzer you can get the reading for spectrum, and this is your weight machine. So okay my friends, goodbye. That was all about how to make balancing.